Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of this international series, we are organizing various conferences, seminars, webinars, workshops, symposiums, and outreach and awareness programs on a daily basis. So every day from 6 to 8, starting from 6 p.m. onwards, till days commemorations and celebrations are commemorated. We continue to organize on a daily basis and various international, national, regional, and local commemorations and celebrations are taken up to promote sustainable development, global peace, and harmony, and also appreciate diversity in all terms. So we welcome you all on this occasion. Today, we are celebrating two important commemorations, that is World Environment Day and also International Day for the fight against illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Apart from these, we also have other commemorations, like today is also commemorated as Earth Overshoot Day, which is also commemorated today. Along with other commemorations. So on this occasion, we are organizing one-day international conference on climate change, environment, One Health, and Sustainable Development 2025. On this occasion, we have invited the fraternity to come and share their insights on various topics related to the themes of World Environment Day, which are universal nature. So we once again welcome you all on behalf of Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing, and all the collaborators. And we wish you all happy World Environment Day. So before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty. And the presenters, while the commemorations are going on, we request all those who have registered for presentations can share your details in chat box, your name, designation, organization, and the place from where you are joining, along with your contact number and email address, along with your topic. So first you can mention topic all in a single message to avoid inconvenience, so that we also keep track of all the presenters who are presenting today. And those who have not registered can also, if you are now willing to share your insights or observations on occasion of World Environment Day, you are free to come and share, come forward and share your thoughts, observations. You can share your details in the chat box. And one more instruction before we start. There is a registration form which has been launched in the form of polls in Zoom platform. And there will be also a feedback form which will be shared at the end of the session. So we request everyone, those who are participating, those who are presenting, to fill the registration form and also the feedback form. It is based on this data, and attendance will be getting certificate. So it is mandatory to fill all the details correctly, completely, so that we can generate certificates for you all, and we'll be sharing in next 2 to 3 days. So you'll be getting an email. That's why it is important you enter all your details correctly in both the forms. And you can also inform your friends so to join. Even now, the registration form will be open till the feedback form is shared. So we request everyone, those who are presenters, when given your opportunity, do not close the registration form, because once it is closed, we cannot reopen and the data will be lost. So again, everyone has to fill the registration form. So to avoid inconvenience for everyone, whoever is getting the opportunity for presentation, just minimize the form. If you see an option to end the form, do not click on that. Just minimize the form so that others, whoever is joining, can register themselves. Now you will, those whoever is filling now as a co-host, they will be getting. But now everyone, whoever is able to see the form, can fill up the registration form. Feedback form will be shared after the last presentation in the valedictory session. So we invite and welcome each and everyone to share. It may not be scientific paper, or it may be just an observation where you think you can contribute to the cause or to the day. You are welcome to come forward and share the details. So I request once again everyone, those who are willing to share your thoughts, observations, or presentations, to kindly share your title or topic on which you are going to talk or present or share, along with your name, designation, organization, place, and your contact number and email in the chat box. You can select host. To host, you can send the message. So we will be calling one by one as we are receiving the messages. We'll be, as per the order, we'll be inviting one by one. And all the participants, whoever is attending, will get the participation certificate. And those who are presenting, they will get presentation certificates. And those who are not presenting but they are sharing, they will also get appreciation certificates. So we request everyone to utilize this opportunity and also contribute to the cause and celebrations on this World Environment Day. So we welcome you all once again to these commemorations, and let's take the blessings of Almighty before we start our sessions.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. So today we are commemorating World Environment Day on 5th June every year. This year, the theme for the World Environment Day 2025 is Beat Plastic Pollution. Globally, an estimated 11 million tons of plastic waste leak into aquatic ecosystems each year, and more than 800 marine and coastal species are affected by this pollution through ingestion. Entanglement and other dangers are also prevalent. So, microplastics in the seas now outnumber stars in our galaxy. The annual social and environmental cost of population ranges between US dollars 300 billion and US dollars 600 billion. More than 400 million tons of plastic is produced every year worldwide, half of which is designed to be used only once, that is single-use plastic, after which it is discarded into the waste and it becomes waste. Of that, less than 10% is recycled. So we can see a lot of plastic is being accumulated as waste, which turns out to be around 90% of the plastic which is produced. An estimated 11 million tons end up in lakes, rivers, and seas annually. So that is approximately the weight of 2,200 Eiffel Towers altogether, and even more. Microplastics are tiny plastic particles up to 5 mm in diameter, find their way into food, water, and air. It is estimated that each person on the planet consumes more than 50,000 plastic particles per year, and many more if inhalation is considered. So, discarded or burnt single use plastic harms human health and biodiversity and pollutes every ecosystem from mountain tops to the ocean floor. With available science and solutions to tackle the problem, governments, companies, and other stakeholders must scale up and speed actions to solve the crisis. So, World Environment Day joins the UNEP-led Beat Plastic Pollution campaign in this year to mobilize communities, worldwide to implement and advocate for solutions. World Environment Day spotlight the growing scientific evidence on the impacts of plastic pollution and drive momentum to refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and rethink plastics used to build a cleaner, more sustainable future. So, what is World Environment Day and why we celebrate it? World Environment Day is led by United Nations Environment Program, in short known as UNEP, and held annually on 5th June since 1973. World Environment Day is the largest global platform for environmental public outreach and is celebrated by millions of people across the world. In 2025, it is hosted by the Republic of Korea. That is this year. So why to take part in it? Time is running out and nature is in emergency mode. To keep global warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius this century, we must have annual greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. We must halve the annual, that is reduced to 50% of the annual greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, which we are producing every year and every day in and out. So without action, exposure to air pollution beyond safe guidelines will increase by 50% within the decade, and the plastic waste flowing into aquatic ecosystems will nearly triple by 2040. You see, almost the entire ocean is filled with plastic and microplastics. So we need urgent action to address these pressing issues. So let's all join the Beat Plastic Pollution movement through the campaign of World Environment Day and UNEP program. And we need global policies and agreement to combat this plastic pollution. Today, this year's World Environment Day come exactly 2 months before the countries meet again to continue negotiating a global treaty to end plastic pollution. This is the most significant environmental multilateral deal since the Paris Agreement. So it is an insurance policy for this generation and future ones so that they might live with plastic and not to be doomed by it. Our planet is choking on plastic. Every year, we produce more than 400 million tons of plastic, enough to fill more than 1 million garbage trucks. Imagine that amount spilling into oceans and cities. Discover how we can stop the crisis in this UNEP's interactive experience. When we look at the background of this World Environment Day, the evolution of the observance year by year, a movement that arose in 70s. The year 1972 marked a turning point in the development of international environment politics. The first major conference on environmental issues, convened under the auspices of United Nations, was held from June 5th to 16th in Stockholm, Sweden, known as the Conference of the Human Environment or the Stockholm Conference. Its goal was to forge a basic common outlook on how to address the challenge of preserving and enhancing the human environment. Later that year, on 15 December, the General Assembly adopted a resolution 2994 designating June 5th as World Environment Day and urging governments and organizations in the United Nations system to undertake on that day every year worldwide activities reaffirm their concern for the preservation and enhancement of the environment. So with a view of deepening environmental awareness and to pursuing the determination expressed at the conference, the date coincides with the first day of landmark conference. Also on 15 December, the General Assembly adopted another resolution, 2997, that led to the creation of the United Nations Environment Program, in short known as UNEP, the specialized agency on environmental issues. Since the first celebration in 1973, World Environment Day has helped UNEP to raise awareness and generate political momentum around growing concerns such as the depletion of the ozone layer, toxic chemicals, desertification, and global warming. The day has developed into a global platform for taking action in an urgent environmental issues. Millions of people have taken part over the years, helping change in our consumption habits as well as in national environmental policy. As per the Secretary General's message on this occasion, the World Environment Day focus on solutions to beat plastic pollution, and rightly so. Plastic pollution is choking our planet, harming ecosystems, well-being, and the climate. Plastic waste clogs rivers, pollute the oceans, and endangers wildlife. And it breaks down into smaller and smaller parts. It infiltrates every corner of the earth, from the top of Mount Everest to the depths of the ocean, from human brains to the human breast milk and blood. Yet, there is a movement for urgent change. We are seeing mounting public engagement, step towards reusability and greater accountability, and policies to reduce single-use plastics and improve waste management. But we must go further, faster. In 2 months, countries will become together to hammer out a new global treaty to end plastic pollutions. We need an ambitious, credible, and just agreement in this year, one that covers the life cycle of plastic through the perspective of circular economies, that respond to the need of communities, that aligns with broader environmental goals, the Sustainable Development Goals and beyond, and that is implemented fast and in full. I urge negotiations to return to the talks in August, determined to build a common path through their differences and deliver the treaty our world needs. Together, let's end the scourge of plastic pollution and build a better future for us all, as quoted by the Antonio Guterres, Secretary General, United Nations. There are various stories, case studies, where people are contributing. Rebuilding our countries through plastic recycling. Climate change wasn't on Almana's radar. Yemen, her country was at war in 2020. She joined a UNDP initiative and created a project, converted recycled plastic into materials to rebuild communities. Nepal's Tiger Tripling Reforestation Initiative is one another such kind of case study. In their past decades, the terra-lark landscapes wildlife became isolated in forest patches in protected areas due to human-led forest degradation outside them. However, one of the 7 UN World Restoration flagships has already brought back to life a forest area 13 times the size of Kathmandu and nearly tripled its tiger population from 121 to 355. So there are many such case studies or stories. Even the Chilean startup changing our relationship with plastic. So you can see and walk into one of the child's neighborhood convenience stores and you will see refill machines emblazoned with the name Algramo. Customers bring reusable containers, each filled with a unique RFID tag, to refill daily essentials such as shampoo, washing up liquid, and detergent. They can also order refills to their door and pay via phone app. So there are various initiatives that are taken up across the world. And one more story, Plastic Man on a mission for a cleaner planet. In a vibrant corner of Medina, Gonas, Senegal, one man has taken it upon himself to campaign for a cleaner planet and a more sustainable future. Modio Fall, better known as the Plastic Man, raises awareness in his community and country about the dangers of plastic pollution and educate children and about the importance of acting now to save the planet. We have so many stories which inspires, motivates us to take up various initiatives. So World Environment Day, which provides an opportunity for all of us to contribute in whatever ways we can. It doesn't matter how big it is or how small it is. What matters is how we are able to contribute, no matter the momentum, no matter the amount. So we see the rivers. Hey, it's me, the river. I am home to life and a source to the sea. But plastic pollution has no part in my flow. If river has to speak, what it would say. And everything you need to know about plastic pollution. We can have various discussions to come up with initiatives. And we have pressing questions to be answered about this pollution and how to combat this pollution. And together we can beat the plastic pollution. We can see amid efforts to end plastic pollution, millions of waste pickers become a focus because they pick up the plastic and help to recycle. And you should know about microplastics because it's everywhere. It's in our blood, it's in our brains, it's in our heart, it's in our breast milk. And recently, the studies found that even our semen also contains microplastics. So, almost everywhere in the world, in every species, we find microplastics. Now, it's a high time we recognize. Otherwise, we can end up in a global tragedy or global epidemic of plastic. So let's look at few initiatives. So in the meanwhile, the presenters are whoever is interested to share your observations or presentations, you can share your details in the chat box so that we can invite you as per the message order. We don't have any PPT as such. I'm presenting orally. So just focus on the voice and the audio. So the world has generated an estimated 400 million tons of plastic waste last year. So this torrent of water and shampoo bottles, dispensing containers, polyester shirts, PVC piping, and other plastic products is part and parcel of plastic pollution crisis that experts say is ravaging ecosystems, exposing people to potentially harmful pollutants and stalking climate change. Plastic pollution is one of the gravest environmental threats facing the earth, but it's a problem we can solve. And Eliza Tonda, chief of the Resources and Markets branch of the United Nations program, doing so could not only improve the well-being of the people and planet, but also unlock a host of economic opportunities. Countries worldwide are now negotiating an internationally legally binding agreement to end plastic pollution. Against the backdrop, this year's World Environment Day will focus on the ways to prevent plastic waste from escaping into the environment, such as curbing pollution from single-use plastic products and redesigning plastic products so that they last longer. Ahead of World Environment Day, there's a closer look at what plastic pollution is, why it's such a problem, how much plastics is out there. First, we need to understand. As we have seen, plastic is everywhere, almost even in our human body, in blood, in cement, everywhere. So a lot of plastic is there, out there. So today plastics are important part of the modern world, used in everything from car parts to medical devices, to utilities and utensils. Since the 1950s, research estimates humanity has produced more than 9.2 billion tons of materials, some 7 billion tons of which have become waste. So what kinds of plastic are most problematic? Not every plastic can be a problematic, right? Maybe not immediately. So a major source of plastic pollution are single-use plastic products, which are not circulated in the economy. Once produced and used, they are discarded and they become waste. and a hazard. Pollution, overwhelming waste systems are entering the environment. Some of the most common single-use plastic products are water bottles, dispensing containers, takeaway bags, disposable cutlery, freezer bags, and packaging foam. These single-use plastic products have become an integral part of the people's daily lives, like polyethylene terephthalate, in short known as PET, water bottles, dispensing containers, biscuit trays, and all these kinds. And also high density polyethylene, in short known as HDPE. These consist of shampoo bottles, milk bottles, freezer bags, ice cream containers, and so on. And low density polyethylene, in short known as LDPE. These bags are these products are bags, trays, containers, food packaging, film, and our carry bags. All are mostly of this LDP. And polypropylene, in short known as PP, like potato chip bags, microwave dishes, ice cream tubes, bottle caps, single-use face masks. All these come under polypropylene. And polystyrene. So these are, generally cutlery, especially plastic use and throw cutlery, plates, cups, all fall under polystyrene. And another major category is expanded polystyrene, in short known as EPS. So these are protective packaging like hot drink cups and so on. So where do we find plastic pollution? Now we have seen that it's almost everywhere, even in human and animal bodies. So the short answer, nearly everywhere, right? It's in the lakes, rivers, and the ocean. It's dot city streets, farmers' fields. It's bursting from dump sites. It's piling up in the deserts, warming in way into sea, oceans, ice. Researchers have even found plastic debris on Mount Everest because people climb and they carry with them a lot of things. And in the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth, also we found plastic. So in that way, plastic is everywhere, and plastic pollution is also everywhere. So why is this plastic pollution such a problem? There are three major big reasons. First, plastic pollution can wreak havoc on ecosystems. One study found that small plastic particles can slow the growth of microscopic marine algae, known as phytoplankton, which is the base of several aquatic food webs. As well, fish often mistakenly eat plastic products, filling their stomachs with indigestible shards that cause them to starve to death. Second, plastic often breaks down into tiny fragments known as microplastics and nanoplastics, which can build up in the human body. Microplastics have been found in liver, testicles, even breast milk. One study found that on an average, a liter of bottled water contains in the range of 240,000 microplastics. And third, plastic throughout its life cycle also contributes to the climate change. Plastic production, an energy-hungry process, was responsible for more than 3% of the planet warming greenhouse gas emissions in 2020. Researchers estimate, and it is increasing year by year. So what do microplastics do to humans and other living species? We don't know yet, but we have seen so many studies are going on, but researchers are also working feverishly to find out because of the alarming amount of microplastics we are ingesting. It causes cancer and various other diseases. So can recycling alone end the plastic pollution crisis? No. Only about 9% or maximum 10% of plastics are actually recycled. We have seen it earlier. But according to a study from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, it's even around 9%. So 91% of the plastic which is being produced, manufactured, used are not recycled. So there are several reasons for that. Many plastic products are not designed to be reused and recycled. So some are too flimsy to be recycled, while others can only be recycled once or twice. So many countries lack the infrastructure to collect and recycle the plastic waste. But perhaps the biggest problem, recycling systems cannot keep up with the explosion of plastic waste, because global plastic production doubled between 2000 and 2019. So, how we could tackle plastic pollution? We need to think big. That means looking beyond recycling and finding ways to limit the environmental and health problems caused by plastic pollution. This means looking at every stage of products' lives, from their production, design, and consumption to their disposal. This is known as the life cycle approach. So, in practical terms, that means reducing our dependence on single use plastic products. It means redesigning plastic products so that they last longer, are less dangerous, and can be reused and ultimately recycled. It means finding alternatives to plastics in a range of products, and it means preventing plastics from seeping into the environment. But what do you think? What's pondering in your mind? This all sounds expensive and difficult, isn't it? Not necessarily. Yes, to some extent, but not necessarily always. So governments, corporations, non-profit groups, and people around the world are already rolling out innovative solutions to end plastic pollution. First is to ban single-use plastics, and whatever single-use plastics are to be used, it has to be minimized to the extent making it a zero level. And research suggests that life cycle approach could save the world US dollars 4.5 trillion in social and environmental costs through 2040. So we need to stop thinking about the solutions to plastic pollution as an expense. Said Chonda, they are investments in healthy societies and a healthy planet, things that would pay dividends for generations to come. Now, what is the world doing about plastic pollution? What are we as individuals? What are we as governments? What are we as NGOs doing to about plastic pollution? Right? We need to reduce, we need to reuse, and we need to recycle. To what extent we are doing it? First of all, stop buying. When there is less demand, there will be less supply. So when there is no demand, production will automatically stop. So as an individual, we should stop buying single-use plastics. When we stop buying single-use plastic, automatically the manufacturers will stop manufacturing single-use plastics because there is no demand. Why manufacturer produces? Because there is a demand and they want to generate economy and make some profits. If that product is not selling, then definitely the manufacturer has to stop that product. So the first step we have to take is from ourselves. As an individuals, we have to stop using plastic, especially single-use plastic. We understand that it has become part and parcel of life. So why not use products which are alternative to plastic? Even if plastic is used, why not use a durable plastic which can be used for years, because plastic doesn't decompose. So it stays for years and years together. So why buying again and again? We can use one plastic bottle for the entire lifetime, even for 100 years also, right? So why buying again and again? So we can prevent that. We can wash it and use it. Again, there is a problem here. that whenever we are cleaning, whenever we are sanitizing, there are microplastics that come out of the plastic. That is a huge problem now. So that's why, unless and until we find a solution for that, the best way is to try to reduce the use of plastics in whatever way we can and leverage the use of plastic so that there is further reduction of production and there is also further reduction of waste. Because when we are not using them, when we are no longer using them, they are ending up in the waste. So that's why it is essential that we need to take a constant vigil that we all together take a decision today on this World Environment Day. Come forward and take a decision to stop using plastic, especially single-use plastic, and then look for other alternatives and slowly reduce. Even if you have to buy plastic, then we should buy somewhere durable plastic where we can use it for years together. So that there is no need of buying again and again. It will serve your purpose and we will also stop generating waste. So many countries are taking on pollution at the national level with the laws designed to rein in the use of single-use plastic products and compel plastic manufacturers to take long-term responsibility for their products. However, because plastic pollution is a cross-border problem, international cooperation is critical. That's why nations are now negotiating a global treaty to plastic pollution. The Intergovernmental Negotiations Committee, tasked with developing the accord, will meet for the second part of its fifth session from 5th to 14th August 2025 in Geneva, Switzerland. So the talk says that experts are an acknowledgement by world leaders of the severity of the plastic pollution crisis and the need for a legally binding agreement to address it. So why is there so much urgency to beat plastic pollution? We have seen from last 40 minutes or so that it's creating a huge problem. First, generating a lot of waste, creating a lot of pollution, and it causes climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, and also leading to extinction of various species. So without decisive action, the problem of plastic pollution will only get worse. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development forecasts that by 2060, plastic waste will nearly triple to 1 billion tons a year. If current trends continue, this will lead to an increase in plastic pollution, with nearly half of the newly generated plastic waste landfill, incinerated, or lost into the environment. So UNEP's work is made possible by the member states that contribute to the Environment Fund. UNEP's, these United Nations Environment Programs, course fund that enables its global body of work, investing in people and planet. So World Environment Day provides a biggest international day for the environment, a platform on 5th June every year, led by UNEP and held annually since 1973, which has grown to the largest global platform for environmental outreach, with millions of people from across the world engaging to protect the planet. And this year, World Environment Day joins with the UNEP-led theme, Beat Plastic Pollution campaign to end plastic pollution. Since 2018, the UNEP-led Beat Plastic Pollution campaign has advocated for a just, collective, and global transition to a world free of plastic pollution. So, World Environment Day urges all of us to protect our natural surroundings. As an estimated 7 million people die each year from causes related to air pollution, with the majority occurring in the Asia-Pacific region. Encourages worldwide activism. That means everything from littering to climate change. World Environment Day is a global celebration and platform for public outreach. China, which now owns half of the world's electric vehicles and 99% of the world's electric buses, hosted the 2019 event. The country has demonstrated tremendous leadership in tackling air pollution domestically, said acting head of UN Environment, Joyce Musia. So this is also, it can help spur the world to greater action going through electric vehicles. But again, we have certain challenges, but at least something is better than nothing. The UN first established World Environment Day in 1972. Since then, a lot of efforts are going on, but still they need a lot more. So ever since World Environment Day has completely embraced by people everywhere, so much that it's even slowly creeping into pop culture, and we love it. Celebrities around the world all encourage people in their own unique way, do their part and save the world. Fan favorites Leonardo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep are some of the many who constantly speak about environmental awareness. So it doesn't matter. Academicians, activists, practitioners like us also keep talking about on day-to-day basis on various aspects of sustainable development. So it doesn't matter who you are, what you are doing, in which profession you are, as long as you care for the nature, environment. You are compassionate, you are human. Doesn't matter if you are a famous actor, an athlete, or a student, or a common man, or a common woman, or a citizen. Gather your friends and spend a day outdoors doing fun activities or awareness and outreach programs. No matter, doesn't matter, even two people is also a good thing towards preserving this beautiful planet. And believe us when we say we'll have a blast and feel so much better afterward, right? So sustainability and protection of the environment are without a doubt among the most pressing issues we are facing today. The core necessities of life all come from the mother nature, and unfortunately we take it to be more conscious of their impact of the environment. A theme is observed every year, like this year beat the plastic pollution. The theme for 2020 was biodiversity. Advocacy campaigns and calls for change are heavily promoted, and all the while educating others to adopt healthy actions and break patterns that contribute to the degradation of the ecosystem. Just the simple act of switching off unnecessary lights has a tremendous effect. And constructing, building, and renovating our living spaces so that more natural resources are consumed provides wonderful opportunity. Just the simple act can have a tremendous effect. So, and events like online, offline programs, seminars, conferences, exhibitions takes place at various places and educational institutions with influential spokespersons in attendance. And that also has some kind of impact. So the number of resources extracted from the earth is more than 90 billion tons every year. The number of people populating earth is more than 8 billion. The number of consumers in the world are more than 4.1 billion. The number of consumers expected by 2030 is 5.6 billion and more. The percentage of world's resource currently being overused is 70%. And the number of waste dumped every year is 2.12 billion tons. The number of e-waste produced every year is 50 million tons. And the value of global production of synthetic chemicals is around $7.8 trillion. So we see by the numbers how much impact it has, right? And by the year 2050, when the world population is expected to be too big to feed, this planet will not be enough to feed everyone. The year when coral reefs are expected to be gone altogether is by 2070. That means the marine life will be severely affected. From the data gathered, it seems so that global warming is real and alarming. And according to NASA, the debate is now moving from if humans are responsible for global warming to how is the best way to respond to the problem. And so it might seem like a basic tip, but you are really taking every possible opportunity to recycle. If it's one of the biodegradable kinds, open up your smartphone and look it up. Everyone's responsible for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, including you and me and everyone. Plant a tree. Every person should have minimum 10 trees on their name. That means so we apologize. There was some connectivity issue due to network. It's raining here. So anyway, right. So tree absorbs odors and pollutants, gases like nitrogen oxides, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, and ozone, and filter particulates out of the air by trapping them on their leaves and bark. Placed strategically around a single family home, they can cut summer air conditioning needs up to 50%. And by reducing the energy demand for cooling our houses, we can reduce carbon dioxide and other pollution emissions from power plants. So we can also, trees act as barriers and also noise pollution reducers. So there are a lot of benefits. So plant a tree, and whatever you are exhaling, the carbon dioxide trees and plants consume them, and they give out oxygen, which is useful for us and other living beings, right? So everyone, we should take responsibility. We should generate our own oxygen, which is required for us. And with a simple act, plant 10 trees. They are big enough, one is enough. Or if you can't have one big enough, you can have some 10, 20, as much as for your family. See, when we are talking about sustainability, we should have sustainable plants so that it can give us lifelong oxygen, so that we are not dependent and we lack oxygen. See, in COVID time, what happened? There was no oxygen, and many people died because lack of oxygen. And thanks to the COVID, nature has thrived and it has bloomed. But we should not expect such pandemics and epidemics where we need to learn lessons. Not always we have to learn lessons in a harsh way or hard way. Being compassionate, we can being kind to ourselves and make ourselves sustainable. Just see what we can do. Plant some trees so that you have enough oxygen for you, and that will cool the temperature. It will also prevent pollution. It will consume greenhouse gases, and it will also yield some fruits or flowers, which you can also consume them and replace as they are being consumed. So there are a lot of benefits, and that doesn't require huge investment, right? Do you require huge investment? They can be grown within your house or within your balconies or within your corridors. If you don't have, open space where you can plant, you can see as per your living conditions. But ensure that you have at least 10 plants, no matter the size, and choose multi-utility plants where that can be used for multiple ways, like tulsi. It's a wonderful plant. It also gives oxygen, takes carbon dioxide. It does all the features. We get all the benefits, including additional benefits. It's a medicinal herb, medicinal plant. And daily consuming few leaves of tulsi will keep you away from diseases, not only just doctor, from diseases, disorders, and it will boost your immunity. Very small, simple act that will save ourselves and environment. So you can keep any plant for that matter, but keep some plants which can give you additional benefits. Not only for you, for the birds and animals also, because they also need to thrive and survive, right? So plant fruit related, flower related. So flowers are very much essential for bees. They are the pollinators, right? They also need to survive. So it enables the biodiversity to thrive and also survive, right? And a lot of other organisms, living organisms, they also need plants and trees. So plant trees which are of multi-utility nature, so that they not only help you, but also help other living and non-living organisms. So this way, we can see a lot of benefits from around. And today is a wonderful opportunity. Let's plant at least one. Start with now, today, tonight. You can borrow, or if you have a lot of plants or if you have seeds, just donate or gift one seed or sapling to your friend, to community members. We can start now, starting from today. We all can contribute, and we are doing for ourselves. No matter, we are doing for others also, but remember, you are doing it for yourselves. You are securing your life. You are securing your oxygen requirement. Without oxygen, no one can survive, right? So this small kind of gesture will help you, will give you the life you require, oxygen, right? So small things, they don't need much of your efforts. Just raise your plants and you'll have a lot of health and well-being also that comes from raising some plants and trees. You can spend some time with them. You can chit chat with them. You can experience, you can observe them growing. That will give you a lot of mental health, positive mental health, right? And emotional well-being. It's all very much important for all to have these wonderful things, and no investment is required. A little bit of time that can do wonders, right? So you can also volunteer. Anyone can volunteer, and volunteering can make a difference to the whole community. So get out of comfort zone by volunteering for the National Park Service or local community service, national community service, or state community service. Otherwise, also, you just see if there is some in your community, in your locality, if there are no plants, plant some useful trees. The why I'm saying stressing on useful, because any tree will serve the purpose. But if it is a multi-utility tree or a plant that will enable the biodiversity, that will promote the biodiversity, so that will give multiple benefits to you. Plant some fruit-bearing trees, plant from flowering trees that will not only just give you shade and oxygen and all, but it will also help other living beings to thrive and survive. So in that way, you are not only securing your essentials, but you are also helping other living organisms to get their food and other meeting their other essentials. So that is great, right? That is, you are getting bonus from that, and you have that satisfaction of, contributing to some others because of your small act of kindness, compassion, and others are benefiting, right? How much good, how much punya you are going to get, how much blessings you are going to get. See, the nature provides us abundantly for our needs, not for our greeds. Where the problem is created, we are becoming more and more greedier. We are exploiting the nature. That's where the problem is coming. We are going beyond the restoration. Earth is not able to provide us because we are exploiting. We are not regenerating. There is nothing wrong. You consume plant, and when you are consuming it, you put 10 other samplings. So once this tree is consumed or plant is entirely consumed, the 10 samplings which you have sowed, they will become trees. So that you have another 10 trees. So in that way, the biodiversity, the nature thrives, right? And will survive and will get promoted. So there is no loss because they are regenerating. But what we are doing is we are consuming, going on consuming, but we are not regenerating. We are not helping the planet to regenerate. That is where the problem is. We are becoming more greedier, more selfish. But that is ultimately leading us to disasters and destruction. So let's use this wonderful opportunity. I know we all are here spending our valuable time, but at least if one person changes with this session, then that's a great thing that you have done, contributed to the community. So anyway, certificate you will get, that's a different thing. If you fill the registration form and feedback form correctly, that is one benefit, and you get at least some information from this, which can be beneficial for you, which can be shared to others. Along with the Earth's request, please every one of you to plant a sapling today and adopt a tree, adopt a sapling, If you are not able to grow it by yourself, take care of yourselves, you adopt, help someone to grow or raise a plant, and you provide them resources, whatever resources they require to, raise plants or trees. Even that way also, you will be able to contribute. And we need to use renewable energy, more of renewable energy. Use bicycles. Recently, we commemorated Bicycle Day, right? So use more of bicycles. Don't depend on fossil fuels, right? Because again, lot of pollution, lot of natural resources are extracted. Try to use public transport. In that way, we are reducing pollution and also consumption, also wastage. So the largest solar farm, Yanqi Nixgia Solar Park in China, can provide up to 1 billion watts. So try to use solar panels in your offices, homes, so that you reduce your dependence on fossil fuels for electricity generations. And that is a sustainable and renewable energy. As long as you maintain panels properly, you will continue to get the benefits. So that's a lot of savings also for you. And you also contribute to reduction and also wastage of natural resources, and also emission of global uh, greenhouse gas emissions and pollutions due to generation of electricity in the process through fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, diesel, and all, right? And carbon dioxide is vacuum cleaner developed in CO2 vacuum cleaner developed in Switzerland in 2016, which are giant machines capture CO2 to clean the air we breathe. Again, it is not that sustainable, because again that has some investment cost. Where we can invest a little for once and we can reap the benefits for years together. Generally, these good solar panels, they are efficient up to 20 to 25 years. You can once you invest and you reap benefits for next 20 to 25 years. So these kind of sustainable technologies we have to use, so that we can reduce, we can also save for ourselves and also contribute to the nature. And we have also ocean cleanups, beach cleanups, and rivers cleanups backed with 30 billion and led by 22-year-old. This company, the Ocean Cleanup, uses U-shaped screens to catch garbage in the ocean. You can also organize regular drives wherever, whenever required. Cleanup programs in the water bodies so that they are clean and hygienic. And plant-based plastic created by Indonesian company. It's also made from agriculture leftovers like corn, sugarcane, etc. Right? So that is a good alternative. We have edible cutlery also. Wonderful. When I visited a conference, they gave edible cutlery. They gave a herbal tea. Generally, I don't have a habit of consuming this normal tea or coffee. So they prepared nice herbs. They gave herbal tea from some 18 to 20 herbs, like that regular Kerala style, herbal water. And they gave it in an edible cup. So once we drink the hot herbal drink, we can also consume. There is no wastage actually. That is also a snack for us. So similarly, even in academic institutions, we should start adopting that, so that there is zero wastage. First of all, no use of plastic. And next is whatever you are using is completely edible and consumable. Even if you are not eating, say suppose you are serving meal or lunch or dinner or some snacks in conferences or any academic events, or for that matter, any event or program. Even if you don't eat, though it is edible, when you dispose it, other animals, birds, they will eat, because that is anyway, or you can also consume even after consuming everything, then that is a fun. In fact, we need to organize some competitions like that, right? So that you encourage. So there is zero wastage, including a plate or glasses, whatever. If that is also edible, that's a wonderful, people, many startups are coming forward and doing it. Though it's a little bit costly compared to other, but zero wastage, and that also adds to your food quantity, right? Ingredient and variety, and they have a lot of flavors also, and we have to encourage them so that there is zero wastage, zero pollution, and also we have more food available, more variety of food available, that to sustain, right? Environment friendly, eco friendly. And coming to batteries, now when we are talking about solar or electric vehicles, there is a great need of batteries. Now we need to save energy, right? Where we will save that energy? Now this is where eco-friendly, environment friendly, and toxic friendly batteries come into place, because everywhere batteries are used. Now there is a lot of research going on these batteries. So we have to develop batteries which are eco-friendly, environment friendly, less toxic, less harmful, especially the recent, the ones that are developed in the Chalmers University of Technology in Sweden. They have used it using upgraded aluminum, and now we have a lot of bio batteries and hydrogen batteries. A lot of things are coming up. We need to, explore different opportunities. And sometimes we forget just how much natural systems support our well-being. So we are part of the nature, and we are highly dependent on it. You cannot survive. See, if, say, suppose the next moment nature stops giving you oxygen, air, what will happen? We all are going to die, and this 8 billion population will no longer survive. If nature stops giving, say, oxygen for next 10 minutes, or say for next 30 minutes, there is no air, no oxygen in the atmosphere, gone case. 8 billion will vanish, right or not? 8 billion will disappear like anything. There will be corpses everywhere. Not only just 8 billion people, humans, what about animals, other living beings? Imagine, that's why we should always have to be indebted to the nature, environment. Without them, we cannot survive. You cannot even think of survival. So that's why it's very important that more we are connected to nature, more we are indebted to nature, more we are expressing our gratitude to nature, we care for them, we are compassionate towards them, so that we protect them, we conserve them, we take care of them, and in turn, we get the essential resources for free. Just imagine how much oxygen you need every day, and you have to buy. Now see, air is polluted, water is polluted. We are keeping, air purifiers, like in cities like Delhi. Without air purifier, it is very difficult. And water purifiers everywhere. No, you cannot directly drink the water. So you need a lot of water purifiers, air purifiers, and disinfectant. So everything is polluted or adulterated. Now, in this case, the only way every individual can contribute is, connect back to nature and care for the nature, and nature will care for us. Anyway, it's scary, but we are exploiting, we are destroying. So more and more people are starting to understand that we need to sustainably manage our planet's resources and ecosystems. However, that belief is far from universal. That's why World Environment Day is so important for all of us. To raise awareness and teach friends and family that physical environment is fragile and is indispensable. But before you begin promoting environmental awareness in your community, make sure You have a thorough understanding of environmental issues yourself. So there is always more to learn. We are lifelong learners. Life doesn't stop teaching. So we should not stop learning. Once you stop learning, then you will become stagnant. So you will always be uninformed or ignorant. So the environment has become increasingly polluted, and contaminants and toxins, these have a harmful impact on our health, and they can cause respiratory diseases, cancers, and they are just starters. A lot more diseases, disorders will follow. So by raising awareness of these issues, today what we are doing with the air that sustains us, with the nature and World Environment Day inspires us to do something about it and fix the environment. We can't live without, right? So, yeah, before I invite the presenters for presentation, so we'll quickly move on to other commemoration, the other two, and then I will invite presentations. So there, I think as of now, we received only 2 requests. So we will soon conclude the sessions after those 2 presentations. So today, we are also commemorating International Day for the fight against illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. So the toll of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Fisheries provide a vital source of food, employment, and recreation, trade, and economic well-being for people throughout the world. And in a world of growing population and persistent hunger, fish has emerged as an important commodity for the achievement of food security. However, efforts by the international community to ensure the sustainability of fisheries are being seriously compromised by illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing activities. So, according to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing activities are responsible for the losses of 11 to 26 million tons of fish each year, which is estimated to have an economic value of US dollars 10 to 23 billion. To curtail this impact, target 4 of global of goal 14 of the Sustainable Development Agenda, adopted in 2015, by the UN General Assembly specifically urges the international community to effectively regulate harvesting and overfishing, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, and destructive fishing practices by 2020. So meeting this ambitious target requires strong awareness, raising efforts to draw the attention of general public to the negative impacts of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing activities, an activity in which FAO has been actively engaged. So to promote long-term conservation and sustainable use of fisheries resources, the 1995 FAO conference adopted the FAO Code of Conduct for Responsible Fisheries. The code is voluntary and sets out principles and international standards of behavior for responsible practices with a view to ensuring the effective conservation, management, and development of living aquatic resources with due respect for the ecosystem and biodiversity. In 2009, the FAO conference adopted the agreement on port state measures in prevent, deter, and eliminate illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. The agreement is binding and stipulates minimum port state measures to prevent and deter, eliminate illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing, and it entered into force on 5th June 2016. So sustainable fishing starts with us. It is estimated that one in every fifth fish caught comes from IUU fishing. So when such fish end up on our plates, we are unwitting accomplices in unsustainable and often criminal practices that are damaging for our future well-being and sustainability of our planet. But we can help change that. And today we are also commemorating other important day, that is Earth Overshoot Day on June 5th, which is a serious day for all of us to reconsider our way of life and usage of natural resources. Our Mother Earth can only generate resources at a finite rate, but we are utilizing it more than this rate every year. So we are exploiting the resources beyond the generation capacity of Earth, planet. So Earth Overshoot Day was introduced to raise awareness about the resources shortage that we are creating with our modern lifestyle. And once the regeneration of resources is at its limit, this decade is also the decade of restoration. Once, if we are not able to meet our targets, then definitely from the next decade, we will not have enough resources for everyone, even for minimum basic necessities. So once the regeneration of resources is at limit, we exploit what is left out on resources, making the situation even worse. Adverse Sim started the idea behind Overshoot Day to track ecological resources and services we use from nature. So how long we can live on this planet? Now, when resources are exploited and they are vanishing, disappearing, a decent sized meteor, a large solar flare, or an X ray burst from a star can wipe out us of an existence in seconds. Even without that, also, if there is no oxygen, in a couple of minutes, the entire population will wipe out. Right? So we should care for our planet. We do not have to look for astronomical events for a doomsday scenario. Our activities are creating huge challenges for life on Earth, as we already discussed. So we ourselves are creating a doomsday for us, and it's not far. There are reports that by 2050 and maximum by 2100, the humans also will become extinct. Other species will thrive because we'll not have enough resources. And like cannibalism, like eating man eating man, humans eating humans will again surface up, and it will become a common trend, because what we will eat, what we will do without any resources. Oceans are polluted, so no fish, no marine resources, no marine animals. Now, carbon absorption will become less because coral reefs are gone. And no plants, no trees, no animals, and even no rains. So no forests, no plantation, no agriculture, no food. Now what we will eat and survive? So every act we do, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So we have to be very conscious of what we are doing to our nature, planet. Everything comes back to us. Make sure that whatever we are doing it is sustainable. So our activities are creating huge challenges for life on Earth. Global warming is slowly raising the sea levels. A third world war, if it happened, could end up as a nuclear war. And now we see a lot of, things are happening. There are wars going on, and that are signaling the third world war. That means nuclear arsenals. And use of nuclear, we have seen the Nagasaki and Hiroshima, what has happened in Japan. The US dropped 2 nuclear bombs. Do you remember? What are the 2 nicknames? Fat Boy and another? Okay, drop in chat box. I will tell you after a little while. So even now, other countries are also in that way, because when things go out of hand, that is the last resort. But again, that has a lot of repercussions because at that time, that was the highest magnitude nuclear weapon we have. But now we have thousands and thousands of times more nuclear arsenals. That means one nuclear weapon, warhead missile can destroy the entire planet into pieces. So people are holding them, few countries are holding them, and if they go to that extent, no country will survive. Even the Earth, planet as an Earth, it can get broke into further pieces, and that's all. Gone case. And that's why it is very much important to have peace and harmony among each other. We cannot go to that extent that we destroy ourselves. And what is the point when both are destroyed? What is the point? No one is there. So we should always have a win-win situation. We both come at a point where we agree, live in peace and harmony, right? So we have been squandering resources and taking them for granted. Renewable resources need time to renew. If our usage rate is higher than the renewal rate, then we are over-exploiting the resources. Earth Overshoot Day, as also known as EOD, is a calculation based on our resource. Use the Earth's regenerating capacity by calculating their ratio and multiplying it with number of days in a year, and we will get a value known as EOD. So the date is getting earlier every year as we are overutilizing the resources every year. Andrew Sims started the idea behind Earth Overshoot Day to understand the rate at which we are consuming our natural resources and how long we can sustain them. We use natural resources at a very high rate. Based on the last calculations, we need 3.6 Earths. Have you heard? 3.6 Earths. We have just only have one Earth. Now, to meet our requirements, we need another 2.6 Earth. That is another 3 Earths we need. We don't have even one Earth also. Now we have only one Earth, and that is also being exploited. Now where we will get another 3 Earths? Imagine, and that is growing day by day. And coming days, if we don't change our attitudes, if we don't change ourselves, coming days are really going to be tragic days, tragic future ahead. It's high time. No one wants that to happen. No one wants something bad to happen, right? We are always look for good things to happen with ourselves and with others. So what we can do, everyone, it's not just me or you or whoever is there attending in this conference or meeting. It's for everyone on the planet. Everyone we need to contribute. Everyone we have to be conscious what we are using, what we are consuming, what we are promoting. So this Andrew Sims started the idea behind Earth Overshoot Day to understand the rate at which we are consuming our natural resources and how long we can sustain them. So we use natural resources at a very high rate. Based on the last calculation, we need 3.6 Earths to have as many as resources as we use based on the usage on Netherlands. Just one country, a case study. So now it's time for use renewable energy and start regenerating. A day for global change. Change is needed for sustainable future. It is for ourselves only. You need not do for others also if you are so selfish, mean. Do it for yourself. Your survival is at stake. So the day is at a perfect day to start such a change in our lifestyle for a better tomorrow. This date and day speaks for itself. The Earth Overshoot date is calculated based on the data about our resource use and how many resources will be available. The date changes based on the data and it speaks itself when the day is getting closer than the last year. So today is the date for positive changes. We love a day when it can inspire people to think differently about nature and bring positive changes. So with this, I thank everyone, whoever is part of this wonderful commemorations, commemorations which we have taken up today, World Environment Day and IUU and Earth Overshoot Day. And hope everyone have gained wonderful insights into these topics. And at least with this, we everyone, together can take an initiative, no matter whether it is small or big, but we together can take up a wonderful initiative and contribute in whatever way we can. See, there is nothing negligible, even small act of kindness. Now it's rainy season, right? So just start planting. Wherever we always consume one or other fruits or vegetables, right? So whatever you can make use for sampling, for growing trees or plants, use them and don't throw away in waste. Try to use them, sow them, so that you have a lot of plenty of greenery around. You will be contributing whatever. This is the right season. Even World Environment Day comes just with, at the time monsoon arrives here. So it's a wonderful opportunity. Everyone start planting, start creating more greenery, and let's not overshoot at the overshoot day. We are already 3.6 times ahead. And that is just a case study from Netherlands. And what about other? We may have a higher rate also. Definitely, I'm sure that, if we can also take up many environmental faculties are there, scholars are there, students are there. You can take up such a study at your place, in your country, in your state. So we have international participants as well. So you can come up in your country, in your state, in your province, what is the kind of energy, natural resource consumption, and what is Earth's bearing capacity and regenerating capacity, so that we can have a clear picture how many times more we are consuming. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us on this wonderful commemorations. Now I invite our presenters to share your details in chat box so that we can invite you for your presentation. So we have Sapam Manglem Singh. So what's your topic? Okay. This is a little bit a different topic, but yes, we can take it up. So we have any others who would like to present before we invite Manglem Singh? Pradeep, are you ready with your presentation? Yeah. Share your details in the chat box so that we have a record of details once again in single message. So you can unmute yourself, start your video. You can minimize the registration form so that others, whoever has joined, can continue. And next presenter will be Sapam Manglem. You be ready with your presentation. Pradeep, you can start your video.
Thank you, Ravindra sir, for this opportunity, and I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yeah, Mr. Pradeep is an animal activist and are also animal cruelty, campaigner, and he works on various aspects of animal welfare. He's almost serving over a decade, and he is indirectly and directly contributing to sustainability, sustainable development goals through concept of One Health, that is, human health, animal health, and plant health. We welcome you, Mr. Pradeep, for your presentation. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Ravendi sir, for the wonderful introduction. A very good evening, one and all. First of all, I wish you World Environment Day. So today I'm going to talk about the environmental protection in developing countries, special emphasis to India. So let me share my screen. Just a moment. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, Pradeep, you can
Thanks.
continue.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ravi sir, for confirming. So today I'm going to talk about a very important topic, being a World Environment Day. So it's about environmental protection in developing countries, especially emphasis to Indian continent. So its country India. So before going to the exact topic, I would like to ask you about environment. What actually is environment? Do you have any idea or any uh, like views about what actually is an environment? Okay, let me make you very easy for you. The environment is refers to everything that it surrounds to the living beings. It may be it's also nature, human-made elements, everything. So it's basically our surroundings. Maybe in more simplified manner, it's a place we live in. It's a natural environment. It could be the physical environment, and it would be the human-made elements. It could be whatever it may be. So now I'm going to ask you to visualize a picture. You're staying in a room which is filled with a lot of piles of garbage. Everywhere there is a piles of garbage and the books, whatever it may be, it's been scattered. Everything over there. There's a lot of what pungent smell is there. Now, if you visualize it, the picture might be like this. So imagine, would you be able to stay in this room for a second? It's very difficult to stay in that room, right? So it is very difficult for you to stay, and also you get suffocated. Now, why I'm going to saying this thing is, imagine you have been not able to stay in this room for a second. So what we are doing to our mother every time we're going to a lot of things. We are throwing the garbage in the form of plastic, whatever it may be. We're dumping in our the water bodies. We're dumping our also the natural rivers. Every day, every day, we are lots of tons of plastic has been deposited. Now, apart from that, we see a lot of household waste. Everything has been done. When I said, told you that to imagine a room filled with garbage, toxic, and everything, you may get a lot of why the speaker is asking you why you might get all these things. But imagine if you take in our earth is nothing but the place we live in, and we're already polluting it. We're already using a lot of plastic. Did our earth is also was not our surrounding? It's our moral duty to take care of it, right? So moving further ahead, today I'm going to talk about more into the introduction of World Environment Day. And the theme for 2025 World Environment Day, the impact, human activity on environment, And since the theme of the World Environment Day 2025 is no end plastics, so we're more talking about impact of plastic on environment and solutions and actions to environmental protection in India. So World Environment Day is observed annually on June 5th. It's a global initiative which is led by the United Nations program to raise awareness and encourage action for environmental protection. Established in 1972 during the Stockholm Conference, the human environment, it has grown into the worldwide movement engaging over 150 countries. The UN encourages sustainable development, ecosystem restoration, highlighting the healthier planet which leads to healthier communities. Events includes dialogues, environmental protection, climate action, the role of individuals in safeguarding our nation. So when we talk about the spiritual context, India being a diversified country and a lot of spirituality is there, many religions are also there. Old Environment Day holds a profound spiritual significance in many cultures and traditions. Many ancient texts, philosophies, and teach reverence for recognizing it as a sacred force of life, balance, and renewal. When we talk about Hindu culture, the earth is often personified as Bhudevi, the goddess of the land, and fertility and sustenance. She is revered as a divine mother who nourishes all living beings. Moving further ahead, the question is we such a profound spiritual context of our earth is there. So we are really protecting our environment. As Ravindra sir had highlighted many major aspects of it. So we see that every time lot of massive destruction has been happening to our environment, being in terms of deforestation and also lot of other activities that may be plastic and pollution. So a lot of things are being happening. If we talk about deforestation, large scale deforestation caused 18% decline in India's rainfall. See, every time when we cut down the trees and also for the any developmental activity, any other things, it is not only affecting the land area, it is also affecting our monsoons because the entire land which lost its fertility, and at the same time, uh, there is a it will become as an dry area. So it is when there is it will also affect the uh, rainfall factor loss. Rainfall where the seasons will be there will be monsoon season, right? There will be no rainfall because there is trees has been cut down. So there is a lot of arid in the particular region. So moving further ahead, deforestation contributed to India's deadly mudslide. It's not only deforestation affecting the rainfall, but it is also contributed to a lot of landslides. When we talk about the past year, we have seen Kerala and also some parts of in southern part of India. You see Kerala, Wayanad landslide, and at the same time, we also seen some part of Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, where during the landslides also have been happened, and heavy rainfall has been there, and floods have been happened because lack of things was happened because of the deforestation and other activities. So Navi Mumbai, we all know about it. We all talk about it, some city. So when we talk about it, government has told that okay, we will shift the whatever the land is, whatever the biodiversity is there, we will shift to the other place. So it is something like uh, okay, we will be diverting the whatever the things is there to other place because lot of the times many other like a lot of the times if we talk about it, any industry or any other things is there, they'll mostly take into the forest land area or any other area because mostly reserve forest. So they will say that government will say that okay, we will substantiate this land to certain area. What about the I would ask like what about the biodiversity? Lot of the times there have been animals who have been staying over there, and the flora fauna is there, medicinal plants is there. Whatever which was created naturally, it will take a lot of time and years to uh, grow, whether it might be wildlife, it may be trees, because that was created naturally. And the same forest, which will take a lot of time and also preserving the natural ecology, the same thing. If we talk about the Navi Mumbai case also, they said that we will destroy one the forest and we will construct one place and we will also protect the natural ecology by giving to the I mean substantiating the land to the other area. So it actually affects a lot of natural ecology. Anytime like the birds, any other medicinal plants are also there, and also people will be there. Some most of the time, if you see about the any forest area, there will be Adivasi people will be there who are been living from many of the ages, who have been surviving on the forest or any other things. And we have the water pollution. If you see in most of the rivers got a lot of cultural significance. Many of the rivers in India, we got a lot of cultural significance. When we happen to see that lakes or rivers in India, they are highly polluted, highly toxicated. Whatever the human waste is there, whatever the plastic is there, everything they have been throwing it in the rivers. On the other side of the city, other part of it, we have water scarcity. Till now in India also, many part of the villages, they travel 20 to 30 kilometers to get one bucket of water. And one side we see that there is a pollution. So there's a two aspect of it. If we can preserve the lake, if we can create a check dams or any other system mechanism into the place, we can reduce the suffering of the villages and also we can conserve the water. We can maybe many of the like the beach cleaning drives, anything. If you can organize that, many of the parts of India, we are conducting a lot of lake cleaning drives, beach cleaning drives. Any of the things are there. There are doing some. I'm not saying it is not working. People are working on it, but still they need more rapid so that the rivers and water bodies can be regenerated. So we talk about plastic. In plastic has been become a part and participle of our life. Every day when we get up, when we go to any shop, they'll give a polythene bag. And at the same time, whatever the chips packet, what are the wafers or anything we eat, everything is made up of plastic. So now what happens is they will not dump it on the dustbin or any other area. They will dump it on the road straight away. And whatever the wafers will be there, takes a lot of year to decompose. And we talk about the production of plastic waste in India. India produces about 9.3 metric tons of plastic waste annually. And among that, only 60% of the waste has been only 60% of the waste has been utilized, recycled. Rest remains the same. So we need to talk about the global average, about the per capita of the plastic consumption. In India, this was in the year of 2014 to 2015, 11 kgs per capita on plastic consumption has been there. The highest amount of consumption was by US, about 109, and followed by 6 Europe, China, and Brazil. So what? Okay, we have seen about the how much amount of India has been producing the plastic, and also or when compared to with the other countries across the world. So what was the impact of plastic? So plastic mainly not only affect our environment, it will also affect the wildlife and also especially the marine animals. A lot of them fish will be there. So if we came to see about it, a fish or whales, there was a picture in the maybe if you can Google it, you can get the information also. A lot of plastic has been found in the whale's body because whatever the plastic is there, it is not segregated properly. So especially one-time plastic and all. So they what had happened is it has been uh, moved into the water bodies and also beach, many of the things, water bodies. What had happened is lot of the marine animals will be there, fish will be there. So what really happens is they consume it. These microplastics are very minute, and they even if that has been entered into human bodies to blood. So a significant portion of this waste come from food packaging, medical waste, and household plastic. Plastic poses a huge threat to the marine ecology. There are 8 million plastic entering into the every year. You see that 8 million tons of plastic enters to the ocean every year. And the total plastic in the ocean amounts to 150 million tons. And when you talk about the uh, plastic packaging, it accounts for 62% of the items recovered. Only 62% of the items have been recovered. That is through coastal cleanup drives and beach cleanup drives. In 2014, there was 1 kg of plastic in the ocean for every 5 kgs of fish. Imagine, for every 5 kg of fish, there has been 1 kg of plastic. And by 2050, there will be more plastic than fish or any marine or aquatic animals. So what we can do to revive our environment, and also how we can stop this plastic consumption? That is totally depends upon us as an individual responsibility. If we can adopt this, most of them we will be knowing about it. Uh, 4 Rs, that is reduce, use, recycle. Mostly we can use the 3 Rs like reduce, reuse, and recycle. So most favored option, lowering the amount of plastic usage and reusing it. Whatever you use the plastic will be there, right? Any bottle jar, plastic bottle jar, or anything will be there. You can refill it and maybe use it as a household, whatever will be there, groceries will be there. You can reuse it. So instead of throwing it away, because a lot of the times what it happens is we have personally experienced one particular incident. I would like to share it with you. So we received a call like there was a uh, dog which has been stuck in a plastic container. When we went over there, we noticed it. It is a plastic jar which where you like a lot of the times in kirana shops and all, where we fill with a lot of chocolates and all. So this dog, in searching of the food, has put his head in this plastic container. So almost 4 to 6 days it was suffered. There is no food, there is no water, and at the same time it has suffered a lot. So by a lot of team effort and with the help of locals, we removed the uh, plastic container from the dog head. That is a successful story. But lot of the times, instead of refilling or utilizing these plastic jars, mostly they are dumping on the road. So many of the animals have been a victim for that. So it may be the domesticated animals or wild animals or even the birds also sometimes. So And other alternative is recycling. You can do it like some of the things which cannot be reused, you can recycle. Maybe you can contact your local vendors. Many of the organizations are there. In Hyderabad also we have recyclers, and also many NGOs which encourages people to come forward for recycling. You can contact them. So you can also make use of it. And other thing is recovery. Recovering energy from waste. A lot of the times, whatever the waste is there. So, if, for example, if we take example of a kitchen waste, so nowadays they have been converting into the what we call, if you take in Hyderabad, there is a Boinpalli market ad. So they using the whatever the waste is there generated from the market, they are using as waste to energy generators. So they use for generation of current. So that is a safer option because ultimately it is useful for that. And the least favored option is safe disposal of waste in landfills. I would highly don't recommend this option because lot of the times, whatever the waste will deposit on the landfills, it will it will grow out into the like a tower. It is very difficult to remove it also. So if there is no alternative for there is no reduce, there is no reuse, there is no recycle, there is no recovery, then it is a safe disposal of waste into the landfills. It's a very least option, and I don't recommend. And other thing is, lot of the times, even many governments we encourage about the what we call as circular economy. So here is a flowchart of a circular economy. What that actually is like, what of the times uh, there is first what actually does is the products are packaged like with whatever the recycled products are there, right? They will do the design part, and uh, they will package the products, and at the same time these products are more durable and using more sustainable materials, especially recycled materials. uh, and these are all cost efficient collection. So what they will do is first they will improve the cost efficient collection and the treatment systems that will lead to the fewer and fewer materials, ending up into the landfills. So adoption of this circular design is very much circular economy, I mean to say, which is very important because it will what it happens is it will reduce the cost, and at the same time there is a lesser materials which is ending into the landfills. Here, what will the organizations or anyone do is the producers are fully responsible for recovering materials from the products and packaging throughout their life cycle. So if you see the life cycle, first the option will be recycle, uh, and when it comes to the design and production and distribution, and we have the consumers. So we talk about design and we talk about recycling. We talk about the reuse also. And other thing is production. So what happens in the production is business collaborate. There will be multi-sectoral approach will be there. There will be where the businesses will come forward, governments will come forward, NGOs will come forward. The main production is to reduce the greenhouse gas production and fossil fuel uses. And once it is done, here the distribution where the retailers offer products that can be easily reused and refurbished, and offer end-to life take back maintenance and repair services, and support producers in providing education and awareness to the consumers. There are many ways as a consumers, there are many ways consumers can contribute to the circular economy, like making greener, buying choices, sharing assets. Example, tools, cars, and repairing them or offering them to the others for use and refurbishing. And solutions to revive our environment. See, whatever there are many solutions. There are to revive our nature environment. Uh, as this old environment there are solutions which are sustainable too. So collective responsibility of household waste generation, because 40% of the food has been wasted, which has been went to the landslides. because that had been not fed to the humans, that had been not fed to the animals. So that amount of waste has been uh, uh, come from the kitchen waste, which has been responsible for greenhouse gas emissions. So, if you are in a community of any other, like any gated community, so what you can do is collectively you can take part in waste segregation by discussing your like a apartment association, and you can also invite many of the NGOs. They are nowadays they are collecting the kitchen waste segregation and by growing the crops, uh, so creating vermicompost from the kitchen waste, so which can be used as a manure for the crops. And at the same time, whatever the crops you have cultivated, you can also earn some money. So it is like a circular economy and promoting plastic alternatives. When we talk about plastic, there are many alternatives to plastic. You can use instead of plastic bag, you can use jute bag. It will by doing that, it will generate a sustainable employment. So that any local vendors are there, so they can be also helpful. They can be also benefited because every time you are buying a plastic bag, you are creating a problem for the environment. So instead of that, maybe you can use the jute bag. And recently, Government of India, with the effect of coming July 1st, they have introduced a barcode, which is made mandatory for printing for the plastic packaging. So this way, it will help the like the who are the importer, brand owner, or whoever the producer will be there. They will be more accountable for the amount of plastic generated, and they will be may make responsible actions towards recycling or like reuse or else you may be reusing it. Another part of this is industrialized animal agriculture. It's totally not only scrapped the animal welfare conditions of the animals, it is also affecting the food systems. So sustainable food systems are very important, not only for human health, for the welfare of the animals and also the environment. So promoting indigenous foods like millets, where our forefathers used to cultivate, even government is also encouraging it. So it is a welcoming thing. So maybe you can also adopt the sustainable foods and reviving pastoral-based farming systems. So a lot of the times, what it happens is due to the lack of agriculture in agriculture, uh, especially the cattle. So now the farmers are not able to get the required fodder. Earlier days, we used to have the subsidized for animal fodder. So they used to uh, like they used to survive on that and also feed the cattle. But as the growing economy and also the fodder cost has been increased, so it has become very difficult for the even the farmer also to maintain. So what they happened they started to do is they have selling the cattle. So and it is these cattle have been sold to the slaughterhouses and where there is suffering for the animals. So if the government has come up with the subsidies for animal fodder and also the cattle also maybe encouraging the what we call as uh, maybe sort of the animal dung, cow dung. So promoting the sustainable livelihood. So this will empower the livelihood of the smallholder farmers. And no food wastage policy should be implemented in India, especially the functions or any other time. 63% of food wastage can be reduced. So with the whatever the actions will be there, every action, every tiny action we take can definitely help to revive our environment, our animals, and our own health. So with that, I am ending this presentation. Thank you one and all for so patiently listening to me. So now that you have any questions, you can raise your hand or let the organizer know. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Pradeep, for the wonderful presentation. You have provided a lot of insight, statistics. It was very insightful. Hope everyone has gained a lot of insights into that and learning. So this is a wonderful opportunity for everyone. People are coming up with a lot of initiatives. So we all need to work together to beat the plastic pollution and also protect, conserve the environment. If you have any queries, suggestions, observations, feel free to share it in chat box, or you can raise your hand. We can allow you to unmute and speak. We can continue using even through forms also. If you have any queries, you can leave it in the forms. We can get back to you if there are any queries, if there is any time constraints. So thank you, Pradeep, once again for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Ravinder,
We
sir,
wish you
for
all
giving
the
me.
success for your future endeavors.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Then we are moving to next presentation, which is last presentation. After this, we'll be concluding. If no other further requests are there. So whoever is willing to share your observations or feedback or comments or any insights or knowledge about on this day, we request you to share your name, designation, organization, place, and your email ID and contact number along with your topic, whichever topic you would like to share. So this will help us. If it is there in the chat box, we'll also know, and that will be also part of the record, so that will be easy for certificates and other documentation purpose. And sometimes we see different names in the participant list. Actually, your name might not be there, right? So yes, so now we invite Mangalam Singh. So for his presentation. Okay, no problem. He has some network issue there because of flooding situation in Manipur. He is joining all the way from Manipur. So yeah, you are welcome. You can just you can unmute yourself. Now you can continue.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir? Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma. You can continue. You
Sir,
can
am I
introduce
audible?
yourself. Yeah, you are audible.
Oh, thank you, sir. I, Sapa Mangalam Singh, a research scholar under the Department of Defense Studies from Manipur, would like to thank Sri Holistic Health Foundation India, Sri Research Institute and Center for Arts, Science and Well-being, and all collaborators, and moreover Dr. Ravindra sir, moderator and coordinator for the event, International Conference on Climate Change, Environment, One Health and Sustainable Development 2025. And today is also the day for the World Environment Day, and the entire team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present my topic, integrated wellness in cross-border communities. It is a case study on Manipur-Myanmar border, and express my sincere heartfelt gratitude. So, due to the present flooding situation in Manipur, I'm giving an audio session. So, everyone, please excuse for that. So, let me begin my topic of integrated wellness in cross-border communities. So, when we say integrated wellness, it encompasses the well-being of all individuals and communities. So it includes physical or mental, emotional, and social factors that are connected to the individuals. So when it comes to the context of border communities, particularly along the conflicted areas like say Manipur and Myanmar border areas, this aspect of integrated wellness are severely impacted by like environment degradation, then political instability and health disparities. So when we talk about the Manipur-Myanmar border, it is of complex nature. Say the border areas extends about 352 kilometers long, and it is a point of conversion between the two countries, India and Myanmar. So even though it is a convergence point, it is the border joining areas. It shares a social, political histories and cultural practices that are living. The communities that are living there, they share political histories, social histories, and cultural practices. So the region is home to several indigenous communities like Meitei, Naga, Kuki, and Sindh. And even though they are deep-rooted, they faces several challenges because it is a border area, so it has geopolitical significance. And due to its geopolitical significance, there should be many factors that affects the people, community that are living in the region. So when we discuss about the factors, first of all, I would like to talk about the environment degradation. So environment degradation, say the border region is of the mountainous region. It is of hilly areas. People living in the hilly areas or the communities living in the border region, they practice like say agricultural activities for their livelihood. In order to do such activities, they first of all burn the area to cultivate. So this is a process of environment degradation, and this process in short term we elaborately say that it is in short term it is deforestation process. So when we deforestate the area, it occurs soil erosion and air pollution. Obviously, we cannot deny that. So due to this mass deforestation process, the livelihood of those local communities that are still living in the areas are impacted heavily. So the degradation of environment does not only make soil erosion and air pollution, but it also causes various health issues to the children and among the elderly people. So as a consequence, this pollution causes many other factors like waterborne diseases, then poor sanitation structure in the areas that causes the health issues in the people lying in the border region. And the health facilities in the border region along the Manipur-Myanmar border is underdeveloped. Like I said, there is no proper hospital. There are small clinics that are run by the individuals. So this is about the environmental degradation that is happening in the border region and its effect on the health issues. Then the second factor, when we talk about the second factor, it is about the political instability. For the political instability, the present conflict is a good example that are happening in Manipur. And there are many other factors also, like say armed conflicts between various insurgent groups and government forces. So these activities led to the disruption in daily activities of the residents, and this causes a level of stress and anxiety among the populations. So in later terms, they affect their mental and emotional health. So which is affecting the integrated wellness of the community that are living in the border region. And in order to cope up such issues, the government or say the local communities, they don't the government have the authority, but still they are not enforcing any reputed actions. But for the time being, the local communities, they are trying their best at their best level by extending hands through local leaders and community-based organizations. So political instability is of the severe factor that affects the cross-border communities in terms of health conditions. Then when we talk about the other factors, there will be the health disparities. Say people lying in the border areas, they don't have proper hospital facilities, as I have mentioned earlier. So they are focused on the urban areas, the institutions of hospitals and the government institutions. They are lying in the urban areas, but the hilly regions, in the mountainous region of the border areas, there is no any such institutions. So they have to travel a long distance in order to meet their requirement. But despite these challenges, social well-being and the role of community networks are not indispensable, because many social networks are providing emotional support, then political support, and offer mental relief structures. So people that are living in the region, they have the ancestral land. They are deep rooted to those areas, but due to the environment degradation, then political instability situation, the people, the community, those sections are facing uncertain futures due to their prevailing situations. Then it creates additional stress and anxiety among the communities. So it will be my suggestion will be the government of India and government of Myanmar need to work and intervene and facilitate all these issues for the border regions, so that they can have a integrated wellness in those sections of the society. So let me conclude my topic here. But as a World Environment Day program, even though we are facing flood situation here, our small locality has a club. So we have planted 20 saplings today here at the nearby road areas. So thank you, sir, for giving me opportunity to present on this session. And I thank Sri Holistic Foundation India, Sri Research Institute and Center for Art, Science and Well-being, all collaborations, and Dr. Ravindra sir, moderator and coordinator, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Manglim Singh. It was very insightful presentation. Yes, because we have seen a lot of conflicts going on, and we are exploiting resources beyond the regeneration capacity, and because of that, the urge, the need to have more resources. People are expanding, countries are expanding, a lot of encroachments are also happening. We see various countries, we should not take names on this platform, but we all know how, countries are crossing their limits, boundaries, and encroaching into other borders and territories. So that should, instead of encroaching illegally, they should have a common agreement where they can utilize the resources in exchange of something for mutual development, a win-win situation, rather than having conflicts, because sustainability will take a toll if conflicts prevail, and that will lead to a lot of violence and wars. So coexisting with harmony, protecting the resources are, the right choices, and that should be the first choice for everyone. Hope the insights from your presentation also will lead to such peaceful, sustainable practices between both the countries, and not only just between both the countries, but across the world, wherever such conflicts are arising, and in preventing future conflicts. Congratulations, and we wish you all the success for your future
thank you.
endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, registration form, because we'll be closing the registration form and opening the feedback form. So we have 2 invited guests with us. So we will be inviting them. Then after their brief presentations, we will close the registration form and open the feedback form. So we request those who haven't yet filled the registration forms, which has been raised in the form of polls, to quickly fill up the registration form, because it is through registration form and feedback form we get the details. We didn't circulate any other forms, so we don't have your details. Only when you fill the details, we'll be able to generate certificates for you in another 3 to 4 days. So today, anyway, today it may not be possible, but another 2 to 3 days, we'll provide you certificates. And we also have Ocean Day, World Ocean Day, coming up on 8th. So you can also join everyone with the same joining link. We will also have sessions on that day. So daily sessions are happening. You can join. Even there are special occasions where you can also join and contribute. So now I would like to invite Dr. Jayachandra, who is President, Pure Earth Foundation. And also we have with us Sri Bhaskar Garu. So I would like to invite Dr. Jayachandra Garu to briefly introduce our special invitee today, our Bhaskar Garu. Over to you, Jayachandra Garu.
Thank you, Dr. Ravindra Garu. So, Bhaskar Garu is recently retired from as a Joint Director and Survey Settlement Land Records of Telangana State. So, and he is very active involvement and participation in this World Environment Day events and all environment related activities. And he is also part of Pure Earth Foundation as a life member. And very soon, with his, because as long as they are in service, certainly as per the society activities and all, they cannot join any society. So now he has a lot of environmental interest and service. The day celebrate and just give just few words. Even I will also rest myself to, because already we had wonderful talks today from that the previous speakers. So maybe now I requested Bhaskar Garu to just to brief, give some wishes to these participants and all on this special day. Bhaskar Garu.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. I wish everybody.
Video. No, you unmute and video. Unmute. Wait, it's coming like this. Okay, there
Jayachandra
is a
garu,
technical issue.
you both can use
Bhaskar
the
garu.
same system if possible.
Some issue, a technical issue in his mobile. So
Okay.
I just convey his wishes. So he is very because he's a serious environmentalist, and because I belong to the survey department, and he is the crucial and instrumental in the government background in the Haritaharam projects of Telangana state, particularly because that last 10 years, when after separate state from United Andhra Pradesh, he was very instrumental key in identifying the open areas for plantation and a lot of contribution from his side scientifically, the available open lands and all in revenue particularly. So that is where maybe some technical issue you couldn't because some I don't know what is its issue. So no problem. So that is all about Bhaskar Garu. Maybe in very short, Ravindra Garu is proposing one more conference in 1 or 2 days. So we are having a special program again on World Environment Day by specially inviting few experts from Pure Earth Foundation. So now I'll just share brief presentation here.
Jayachandra garu, I think Bhaskar garu has been able to unmute. Bhaskar garu,
I hope you can see my presentation here.
Bhaskar garu, can you hear me?
No. I think you can speak now. Good evening, everybody. My audio is okay, but my video, I think I am not coming. My video is not being transmitted. So I wish everybody on this World Environment Day, and I feel that everybody should cultivate habit of saving the earth. Means try to use public transport, try to reduce usage of electricity, and particularly the diesel vehicles. And if we cultivate these two habits, we'll be even reduce use of plastics. These are my 3 things I suggest. And next time I will make a detailed presentation on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Jayachandra garu, over to you.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll share my screen. You have to confirm whether it is visible to the participants or not. Is it visible,
Yes, sir.
sir, my presentation?
Yes, sir, it's visible. Please continue. It's visible, sir. You can continue.
Thank you, sir. So there is a lot to discuss. World Environment Day, one of the, I think, for human life on planet Earth, and two important occasions. One is the World Environment Day. We should understand, learn a lot from the lessons from the whatever individual human deeds, what we have done, the negative part to this planet Earth from our childhood to whatever age we are. Second thing is another very important day that the world should remember and people should remember is ozone, World Ozone Day. These two, one is protecting or creating that environment. See, why we talk Earth environment is unique. Why There is no such unique environment with other planets. The only difference, only reason is ozone layer. If anybody want to know this, this is very, very fundamental knowledge that everyone should aware. Particularly, we are achieving 80, 90, 70, all this percentage literacy. What is that literacy? The human life or human being should get knowledge, should learn, should get educated, is about this earth environment and how this earth environment is unique from other planet environments. The reason is ozone layer. Okay, that is the secret why only planet earth is having life. So since 1973, the Environment Day, World Environment Day, we are organizing worldwide, everywhere. But it is confined to the government organizations, educational institutions, or any societies. The biggest drawback here is there is no awareness among individuals and among families. Interesting point is, as a society, you can take up something in a colony, something in a locality. As a district, as a state, as an institute, you will confine to something. But the real change, the real impact will be resulted when it is implemented at individual and family level. How much you are aware about earth environment, what is the impact of pollution, maybe all three kinds of pollution, water, air, and noise pollution, and plastic pollution. So that means individually you must aware, then your family should aware. That awareness and education automatically changes every individual habits. The individual may be taking water, drinking, and whatever items that you choose in your house, it should be all reusable plastic, not that just use and throw. So if you start that kind of habit as an individual, second your family, this impact worldwide will result definitely in a different way than through a society, through a government, through a district, through a country. This is totally big because you take society, immediately there is a dilution. What is that? Okay, some group will take care, we will just be there. We just follow them, we'll say yes to them. Let the society take. Government runs by what? Majority people decides the government. So that means what about the total people? So that is why ultimately at independent individual and family level, if some change is there, that means awareness is there, education is there, then only we can protect our earth. For example, we are in extreme situation in terms of plastic pollution. All our water bodies on surface of earth are polluted. All our environments. I'm telling, I'm ashamed to, witness or disclose few things. In our state of Telangana, everywhere, wherever you go, there is a new thing is there. We are very popular for consuming liquor. Telangana is top in this country. Everywhere the agriculture, soil and all, even in rural areas, the glass, whatever the bottles, the plastic bottle, that single-use glasses, plastic water bottles, and this liquor bottles, glass bottles are broken. Now people cannot walk without chappals. This is another threat. And the animal, they are the victims because they don't have the knowledge like human being, so they cannot protect themselves. They are suffering a lot with human activities. So we have to learn a lot from every walk, every inch of life. And everywhere, if you are aware perfectly and try to avoid certain things, that is the most thing you contribute to the world than anything else. Like there are rich in the countries in the world, they do lot of financial assistance to the people, lot of charity works, so many things. But ultimately, as an individual, what you are following, how you are living, what is your habits, how much awareness you have towards this planet, towards this kind of issues, that is very important. The reason is only one earth. For life, not for human. Every life, the millions of creatures can live only in planet Earth. Can you show any life in any other planet? You see, I'll come back to this slide, or you see this slide. You check all this. The planets are either too hot, like Mercury. Imagine 430 degrees. If India reaches temperature, surface temperature 50 degrees, then nobody can come out, because certain Gulf areas, they are already habituated, so they are able to use AC rooms or AC vehicles, all these things. They mold their life because their normal temperature is around that. But suddenly India with 35 to 40 highest temperature goes to 50. What happens? So you cannot survive. Whereas what about 430 degrees in the planet Mercury? That is another huge shocking is, in daytime it is 430, night suddenly it will be minus. See the figures there. So can such environment, any life, any creature can survive there? Either too cold and too hot, which is extremes. And Venus, just go like this. Everything is not fit for life, only Earth. Just average, the world average temperature around 16 degrees. Okay, that is the maximum. And this is slowly increasing the average temperature last few years. So 1 degree, half degree, slightly like this. So if that average increases, even Earth will be in a danger situation. So one of the main reason why there is no life in other planets is there is nothing in that planet. Why? This radiation, particularly in this screen, there is, what is this radiation? This is nothing but coming from sun. Sun as one of the important star in the universe. It emits radiation. We call them electromagnetic radiation, having all this variety of wavelengths, variety of wave natures. So there are some waves which are too small, too short wavelength. How much too short is? For example, 1 millimeter is divided into a lakh parts, or few lakhs parts. 1 millimeter. Can you imagine what is the distance? You can't even give point not. You can't even decide it. That means such a tiny wavelengths are there in one side of the spectrum, that is the radiation. The other side also, the radiation coming from sun, having wavelength of few hundreds of kilometers. One wavelength is few hundreds of kilometers or few kilometers. See, one side wavelength is kilometer, one side wavelength is 1 lakh part of a millimeter. Such a variety wavelengths are there. Now the wavelengths which are coming with too short, they will have highest frequency. All these things are like that. Cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet. That means these are the powerful radiation with tiny wavelength and very high frequency, can penetrate through any object, whether it is a rock, it is a metal, or anything like that. Such power they have. So you will find that planet, if such radiation falls on a planet, it will penetrate entire life. No green, no tree, no plant, no human body, no animal. Everything will be killed. Why the planets are like an iron ball, a big iron ball, metallic ball. Only such type of strong, hard metal only can survive against that powerful radiation. So no creature can survive. And that is only causing the temperature also, rise in temperature also. Ultimately, this is only planet Earth here, from our surface of Earth to 10 kilometers, calling troposphere. From the 10th kilometer to up to 15 kilometers, there is that 3 to 5 kilometer ozone cloud is there like this. So this cloud, this short wavelength is not able to penetrate through, which are harmful, not able to penetrate. Therefore, this ozone is protecting us from that harmful radiation, so that Earth became a different planet with a different environment. All the radiation that comes out of this ozone layer and enter into Earth atmosphere is from light, and infrared means heat, light, heat, micro, radio, like this. This radiation is a wonderful applications. Today, I am speaking here, a person from Manipal, person from that Manipur, just now from Northeastern, one speaker, one scholar, somebody in the participants, some other country, how we could able to reach us, how could able to hear without lagging a few seconds, also reason is this communication. That communication is possible because of this long wavelength. And every portion of this one has its own application. Microwave is for weather information. And visible and IR infrared is for sensing of Earth, the pictures of Earth, so that where what resource is there, how best we can utilize, how to protect that resources. All this is what is a wonderful technology are there in the planet Earth. When everything is there and wonderful awareness is there, only thing there is no individual motivation, individual awareness and dedication and discipline and respect. And we should realize, first of all, after all, every human being has an expiry date. Everyone has fixed. Nobody knows whose expiry date is when. So when knowing that every individual has an expiry date, we should realize what maybe knowingly, unknowingly, few things we do till we didn't get proper education. But once you learn something about there is only one planet, only life. So, and our grandchildren, great grandchildren, or centuries later also, there should be some people, they're all our generations like that. We want to see some life and human life in this planet means we should be careful. We should take that awareness and use this earth for different careful use and then keep it for the future generations. That is what one should learn. So that ultimately what I want to say is you need to get knowledge, awareness and education about earth uniqueness, earth, only earth and its environment, and the impact of this all, whatever is mentioned here in this slide, pollution. Every aspect of our life, everything it impacts. You say resources, you say environment like climate changes and the entire biodiversity. That means all living creatures we should coexist. Not just only human being. And the entire, for example, finance, energy, everything, food. So everywhere, whatever mentioned here, these are the challenges. For everything, only one solution is, I am telling, only one single solution is awareness, personal, individual awareness. What you are eating, what you are drinking, what you are wearing, how you are, you know, your movement, like Bhaskar told, minimize the use of, you know, polluting, that vehicles, sharing that public transport, and you should not, you know, should not throw even a dust or even a plastic anywhere. Suppose some is the reuse only you try to utilize than single use. Take alternative. For everything, solutions are there. Only thing is the implementation is only possible when an individual decides by his heart, not by somebody now, not by Narendra Modi's call, Narendra Modi's rule. By your own conscience, answerable to yourself. What I drink, what I use every day, every time, every day, every minute. That is more than enough. That can bring the changes. And so many things are there which we don't discuss. So you want to discuss, you can discuss hours together, but I am not interested here. That means we should aware. One is everybody has seen the plastic everywhere, particularly oceans, and that entire marine life. Because other than human being, wildlife, marine life, everything is, they don't know what is this, and they are unnecessarily entangled into that and then causing death, and the total environment is getting polluted. So that means the important responsibility, and who is the cause for this also human being, both the roles. He is the reason and he knows the solution for every aspect, every aspect. Here, all these are harmful things that is there. Air, water, sewage in water, in every food item, like whatever crop, pesticides we are using, fertilizers and pesticides, so polluted, noise pollution, sound pollution, and this plastic. Plastic may particularly, of course, electronic waste is another new thing. Too danger it is. We don't know where we are going. But everything is, we cannot avoid. But only that is why carefully you should choose, you should selectively handle, selectively use, and selectively segregate. And then, the other decomposition also, decompose also, we have to be with proper knowledge, we have to handle everything. So you see, there is a final thing, mind pollution is also there. Where we are not polluted, you tell, in terms of everything, every aspect of human life, pollution is there. Very great thing is, many educated people, rich people, unknowingly, for example, you check in our society, how many people uses lipstick? Yeah, 2-3 decades back, 90% human beings, maybe female, no users of lipsticks. Today, 90%, including rural areas, because we are taking that negative things to any extent, anywhere they can penetrate easily than a good things. So all this, you see, these plastic powder boxes, whatever is there in the picture, this is called microplastic. Microplastic is most dangerous than the macroplastic. See, there is certain norm, like more than 120 microns or something is allowed, because that bag, that plastic, you can again and again use it. Immediately you don't throw. At least it will put in use for some people. Some houses may, if you buy buckets, it will be there. It doesn't have a particular life, particular thing. As long as you use safely, it will survive. It will be there with you. It will support you. But the microplastic, without our knowledge, without our notice, the most dangerous thing. All this, particularly the beautician related materials, that is why most dangerous and driving us towards cancer. Without knowledge, nobody knows what is the reason. What is the reason is this only. Microplastic. They looks to be very, very selective in their lifestyle and all, but they are suffered with cancer. What is the reason is this? Because it is not aware. We don't know. We think a beautiful, whatever this, packing, whatever, we don't understand the danger of it. So should be, that means why I'm telling all this, ultimately awareness. How much aware you are about the dangers, where plastic is, wherever it is, because this year's topic is plastic, combat with plastic pollution. So at least we should, that is one of the major thing in this planet Earth, because it poses a danger, highly threatenable on this, life, total life, say, which cannot decompose even thousands of years. There is a cloth bag or a paper that may take few years, few months, few days, but plastic has centuries. It won't take more than, it will take more than centuries to decompose. Of course, the entire marine life, everything, and see, of course, many other things contributing loss to this environment and habitat loss, this biodiversity. So this is all human activity. So if you, as an individual, you understand and learn, you will question. You will question in the society, you will question the government. When you are properly aware, then you can take part, because government, politics, everywhere, human only is there. There is no other creature. You are an individual as only a household person, or just a literate, a student, housewife, or whatever it is. But the rulers, either administrators or politicians, they are all human beings only. So if you are, that means these are people also coming from society only. Already an IAS officer who is going to be a administrator of a district, he is also brought up, grown up like us. If he is aware at education, at the college level, school level, automatically when he become administrator, he will take care of all this. Nobody will take wrong decisions. Nobody recommends the government, recommends the political, because the administration advises the political system. They never advise, because when they are educated, when they are having awareness about everything. Particularly, we should be, because we are blessed with whatever that, discriminating power. What is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. That is the power of human being. When we have that, we should respect the other nature, including wildlife, marine life, all other creatures, flora, fauna, everything. We should give their share to live, their share to survive here along with us. Like that, ultimately, this is an occasion. Always, wherever any environment related, as a president of Pure Earth Foundation, one foundation, let us contribute some way. My foundation and our members, our prime activity is awareness education, because only that can change a human, change a person, your way of life, your personality, everything, your thinking, your approach, and working, acting as a model, everything. When you are aware, when you are properly educated, you will become a model. So like that, here also few things are there, general recommendations. Maybe I'm not just addressing all this, but first of all, not to take your time, so much time already, as usual, till 9 o'clock around that, this generally Ravindra Garu organizing consistently for years. And I'm very happy that whenever there is an opportunity, whenever he invites or give an opportunity, just to speak the repeatedly again and again the same thing, doesn't matter. Maybe because there is so much gap is there still. Very few are aware. Very few are knowing. See, every individual, suppose I use a car or I use an auto, I must aware how much I am polluting. So if in front of me somebody emit that whatever pollution, something, how we suffer, that I should not do. That is the principle each person has to follow. What negative thing which you hurts you, that negative work you should not take up. That is the principle. That is a great words from one Telugu literate, Sri Sri. He are some Ushasri. These are some Telugu popular people. So they educated people. That means either society or environment or nature, earth. What is that? An act by someone which hurts you, that act you should not do in your lifetime. That is what we should learn. Then automatically we don't know. Suppose you are hurt by something, and you again doing that one, there is no meaning. But that is not called education. That is not called awareness. That is why again and again we focus on education, educating the youngsters, inviting them and asking them to come with environment related subjects or research topics, and come out with good research papers, giving them opportunity. That way, since last 5-6 years, our foundation, we could successfully organize 10 national level conferences on environment related topics only: a forest, a waste management, and a clean energy, and plastic pollution. So then the traditional knowledge systems, biodiversity. Very recent concluded that was human wildlife conflicts. So I'm happy personally, because at least I could able to sensitize, able to make some people realize about the uniqueness of Earth, only planet for human being and other life. So automatically there will be some change. Maybe some people will follow. So that is how our efforts are continuous. We are contributing. We are taking some actions from our side. And among all these things, again and again, I'm telling this is the only thing. When you realize individually and you are following, you become a model, you become an example. So maybe somebody approaching, somebody following may change, learn from you like this. So this is what is I am expecting. So there is some video here. I don't want. So these are some recent positive things. That means some research. So now plastic can be recycled to produce fuel. Some organizations are there in that process. So that means if once we are aware, at least if you carefully segregate plastic and then hand over them, okay. So some people are working on this domain. So if we realize at least and make societies, colonies, whatever it is. So instead of throwing them into this soil, once it mixes into soil, it takes thousands or hundreds of years to decompose. So at least you segregate at house level, and then some mechanism support by society or government, and can be hand over to this type of industries who are producing this type of productive. Even that plastic mixed roads are coming now, that they are preparing the road mix layer. So that way at least try to utilize it in a positive way. So, and it will have a sustain a better than a normal road, normal whatever combination mixture that we use, the blacktop BT roads. Now combining with this plastic and all, that is also lasting more. So like that we have to identify from the negative, we should identify what best we can draw. So like that few options are there. Some recommendations here also there for as an alternative to plastic. So the traditional package is seen here. Interestingly, these are seen in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So we can learn something. So everywhere you see, go to a market, go to a food stall, everywhere you will be given something, you order something, you will be getting a carry bag. So, and if there is a change like this, paper or leaf, something, certainly that will be a good change. So we should encourage those people. And even parallel along with this kind of things, even government policy, government implementation, their monitoring is also very important. So that means small changes in your daily activity. Okay. So for example, if people learn producing their own natural, organic or tree derived, plant derived cosmetics, and then suppose you started serving and eating always using a leaf plate, a dry plate, they are available in both dry and normal condition. So if you start using, somebody will learn. For example, somebody in our group, for example, today we have some 25-30 people here. If some function we organize, I made a mind promise that I will serve food only on leaf plates. I don't entertain any plastic or any other thing, only leaf. So like that, if we start giving some change and doing something innovatively, environment friendly, automatically it contributes. So these are all many things are there. Possibly, if want, I can share the presentation with the Ravindra Garu also. Thank you, Ravindra Garu. So I'm very happy that whatever little opportunity I got to interact with our participants today here. So let me stop sharing so that we can see the participants and all. So there is a lot to discuss, but ultimately the result is very important. Is there a point that I took from this that is very important? So we speak for days or we learn, we study for years, lifetime is not the matter. Only thing is what is that we learn? What is that I implement? What is that I am doing environment friendly? That is why one of the beautiful thing what lifetime people can do as an individual responsibility is planting trees. Do whatever mistakes you have done till without knowledge and without education, at your young age or whatever it is, when you realize, at least compensate by planting. Plant your own land, your own neighboring, your own. See, people may say, sir, where we have land, sir? I am living in an apartment flat. Whereby you use some pot and grow some your own kitchen requirements. Grow your own vegetable, grow your own flower. And there are creepers. Use whatever vacant that area that gets sunlight. And you should be aware that sunlight is the life for the plants. So we cannot simply escape that we don't have land, sir. I am landless. I have only an apartment flat. That is only asset I have. Means even there you can create some greenery. So contribute some way, that is that you cannot say no. Every individual who has no land, who doesn't have land, but can grow some vegetation or some green cover to this planet. Add some green cover. That is what is my final appeal. Thank you. Ravindra garu, thank you అండి.
Thank you, Dr. Jayachandra garu, and thank you, Bhaskar garu, and all the presenters today who have shared their valuable insights on this occasion of World Environment Day 2025. So hope everyone have gained lot of insights, and as we have observed that many of the participants left. So what we will do is we will share feedback form to all the participants who have registered, so that no one will be missing. So we'll you have provided your email in the registration form. So we will send you a feedback form tomorrow. So to all the participants who have attended and registered today, so you can get your certificates generated in a couple of days. So I think you all have enjoyed, and as all the speakers were telling since 6 o'clock, the little best thing we all can do is plant a tree, because the minimum gratitude what we can give back to the nature is we are highly dependent on the nature. We take oxygen. The basic survival essential is oxygen. So we exhale carbon dioxide and we inhale oxygen. So plant a tree, sapling, whatever infrastructure you have, like even Dr. Jayachandra also in the last reiterated, plant a sapling or plant a tree in whatever way you can. Today we have a lot of technologies coming up, like balcony gardens, kitchen gardens, and we also organize various sessions also on terrace gardens, balcony gardens. If you want, you can contact us. We can have we have a few NGOs exclusively working to promote these balcony gardens, terrace gardens, kitchen gardens, and all. We can invite experts. We have one, great person, Dr. Venkateshwarlu garu. He is also Padma Shri Award. He's and promoting such terrace garden and organic initiatives, and we have very good resource persons who have proven themselves. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Once again, I would like to thank all the presenters on this day, and especially the participants who have been there from 6 o'clock till the last minute. I once again congratulate and express my gratitude to everyone on behalf of Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute, Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing, and also Pure Earth Foundation, and all the collaborators. And especially special congratulations and thanks for your contributions to all the presenters, and definitely all the participants. Without you, this event couldn't have been successful. So to ensure everyone get their certificates, don't worry, feedback form, we will generate a Google feedback form, and we will send to all the registered participants who have attended through and you have registered through the registration form. So if you have not yet registered, so even now also you can fill the registration form, so that we have your details to send the feedback. So thank you once again, everyone. And daily you can join and contribute. It's not about certificate. It's not about anything else. It's about what we are giving back to society. Now we have 24 hours, right, every day. Can we not spend some time, at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes? I give every day 2 hours in my 24 hours in creating awareness on talking on various sustainability issues, and that too online without any charge, because our entire all series of events which we are organizing are entirely free, because we don't want anyone to be burdened, because the accessibility, affordability, and the campaign of United Nations, leaving no one behind. So that is the motive and motto where we are going forward, and all the events are free and they are completely accessible, affordable. If you are willing, if you are having time, then the platform is open and all hours. So you can register and freely join any day. And we have international commemorations where special conferences are organized, like today's, where you can join and also get benefit in sharing the knowledge and also gaining the knowledge. And at the same time, academic achievements and professional achievements are also part of it. So thank you once again, everyone. And we wish you all once again World Environment Day. And let's today plant everyone at least one sapling, or adopt, if you can't plant, adopt some sapling who is taking care of or raising plants. Adopt one plant and support them. So that will be the greatest thing. A small gesture of gratitude and compassion towards our own nature and environment. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link with different commemorations. And if anyone is interested in presenting on World Ocean Day, you are all welcome. In another next 2 days, we have the event coming up. So we will have sessions by experts on the day. If anyone is interested, there is no charges. As I said, all events are free. Anyone can register and make presentations and share your knowledge. So thank you once again. Take care. Good night.